Hello, everyone. Who would have expected that the Valencia Fan Formula would be called Extraordinary Europe? No one would have ever predicted that. We all thought it would be kind of boring and nothing going on, and we were spoiled for choice with so much action and so much excitement. I caught up with the race yesterday because I missed it on Sunday. I mean, the one race I missed, and it had to be probably the most exciting race that we've seen so far this season. So I will not miss any more if that is how they're going to turn out. So I guess we should get started with this week's questions. Right, question number one. I think now that we're getting halfway through this season, oh, my phone's just gone off. I think we'll definitely start to see more of a split within the championship, and the title challengers will begin to separate from the rest of the pack. Personally, I think it will be between Lewis Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, and Sebastian Vettel. But I mean, don't take my word for that. You still can't predict anything with this season. It really could go anywhere. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. All right, question two. The penalties are so confusing. I really don't understand how the stewards' minds work. I mean, how did Kamui Kobayashi only get a 5-place grid penalty with the incident with Massa when the coming together with Bruno Senna was much worse? I mean, kudos to Bruno Senna for saving the spin, because that could have ended up as a really nasty accident and people could have got seriously hurt. So I take my hat off to you, Bruno, if I was wearing a hat. So I have no idea what the stewards were drinking when they came to that conclusion on that penalty with Kobayashi. I think Jean-Eric Verne got what he deserved. I mean, the incident was stupid and unnecessary, and he didn't need to do it. So, I mean, the stewards got something right for once. With Maldonado, I may go on a little bit too much with this one. You know, he had 4 wheels off of the track, and then he drove straight into Lewis to get back his position. I mean, it was dangerous, it was stupid, and it was crazy. Plus, this isn't the first time this season that Maldonado has done something like this. So I don't understand how that accident can be justified with a 20-second penalty. I mean, I know the stewards can only look at what's happened in that particular race. They can't, go back and look what's happened previously. But clearly, Pastor Maldonado isn't learning from his mistakes, and that's what penalties should be. They should be teaching the drivers a lesson, so they just don't do it again. The stewards need to be consistent with their penalties and just stop giving them out willy-nilly to anyone and everyone, and really start putting their foot down in these situations. Otherwise, someone's going to get hurt, and the penalties aren't going to be dished out that should be deserved for them. So sort it out, FIA people. Do your job. You get paid loads, so it's not like you're dwelling in that department. Anyway, question 3. If the race was dead boring and awful, I would have said, yeah, get rid of Valencia, change it with something else. But because we have seen, an action-packed filled race at Valencia, obviously the track can deliver these kinds of races. We just haven't seen it lately. So I still reckon Valencia should be a track, but I reckon the European Grand Prix should alternate with other tracks, because there are some great tracks around Europe that don't get a chance to showcase a Formula One race, and I think that everyone should get a chance, and it should be fair. No drama, no BS, just fairness. That sounded so cheesy. Anyway, bonus question. Driver of the day. It's difficult because there were so many great drives by so many different drivers. I mean, obviously Fernando Alonso had a fantastic race. He is driving the socks off that Ferrari. Mark Webber had a great race from 19th to 4th, and it's great that Schumacher's run of bad luck has finally ended. It was fab to see him back on the podium. It was just like old times. Who else? Obviously, Charles, we're forgetting about people at the lower end of the grid. Charles Pic finished 15th in his highest position, his highest race position so far in his Formula One career, and he finished ahead of a Ferrari, so that's fantastic to see. So yeah, they're my drivers of the day. So thanks for listening to this week's Fun Formula, and I shall see you all next week for the build up to Silverstone, which I can't wait because if you probably checked Twitter and Facebook, but I am the new social media driver for Marusa, and I'm going to be at Silverstone, and I have no idea what I'll be doing yet. But I presume it'll be something amazing. So I'm so excited. I can't wait. I can't stop smiling. I can't stop talking about it. So I apologise if I bore you with my tweets to come in the next kind of week and a half, because they will be about Silverstone, and probably nothing else. So thanks again for listening. I hope I haven't bored you too much. And I'll see you all next week for next week's installment. So bye.